This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
It is 4:27 here on our Friday morning. We want to thank you for starting your day with us here at RTV6. I'm Lauren Casey.
And I'm Meredith Barrick. We begin with a federal lawsuit as lawmakers sue Match.com. They say practices on that site are deceptive. This is impacting people here in the Hoosier State.
Yeah, so the dating website, basically when you sign up for the account, you get a message of some sort saying that someone's interested, and in order to see that message, you have to pay a subscription fee, obviously. So they're saying that a number of these accounts, or the people that you're getting messages from, these are fraudulent accounts, not real people looking for dates and love, you could say. So we're going to look at how this could impact you locally. Our Kara Kenny is breaking that down for you. So pretty interesting if you use those sites.
Yeah, well, if you are headed out for a date this weekend or any time in the next month and a half or so, we've got some good news for you. Rides on the Red Line will remain free until November 10th. Now, this was supposed to end at the end of September, but they are extending this.
Yes, so this again until November 10th, so you get about an extra month and a half, if you will, to ride the bus for free. They're still working out a few glitches and getting the computer system for the ticketing all up and running, so that works out in your benefit. You can keep riding this for free, kind of getting used to the routes and what this means for drivers and commuters, so a good time to try it out if you haven't. So we'll be keeping you updated on all the progress there with the Indigo Red Line. Right now for your Friday, though, we know we have football games all across central Indiana tonight. A lot of people probably have those weekend plans, so we want to bring in Alyssa Donovan and talk all about it.
And we are going to see a pretty nice weekend. We do have a few hit and miss showers and storm chances here and there, but nothing to cancel. Plans over. We do have a small chance tonight, but a lot of that activity looks like it's staying very far north. So it looks like central Indiana, and central Indiana football will be in the clear tonight.
Ooh,
so
perfect.
That's the good news. Now I have to say it is starting a little cooler this morning as well. Temperatures in the 50s across the area. Some areas are dropping into the 40s yet still, so you might need a light jacket as you step outside, but you will be able to ditch it very quickly because we have clear and sunny skies throughout the day, so we are going to warm very quickly with those daytime highs climbing into the upper 80s. Again, those chances of storms to the north of us probably staying very far north. And then looking ahead to the weekend, we do have some chances of storms tomorrow, especially that might affect the Notre Dame-Purdue game. I know a lot of people are going to that, so I'll be talking about that coming up.
All right, Alyssa, thank you.
Well, we do want to talk about Friday Night Lights, and our own Aaron Lish is going to be live from Warren Central High School with the Warriors this morning. This is for our Friday football frenzy. We're going to be hearing about what they're going to be doing tonight, who they're playing, what they're expecting to do out on the gridiron. That's all coming up right here on Good Morning Indiana.
This is Good Morning Indiana, working for you.
Coming up on Good Morning Indiana, a woman is worried for her safety after streetlights at her apartment have been broken for months. What is taking so long for the lights to be fixed?
A mother who admitted to putting feces in her son's IV has been convicted. The 7 felony charges she's now facing.
And Vice President Mike Pence on day 2 of his visit to Indianapolis, what he had to say to Hoosiers about the United States-Mexico-Canada agreement. 4:30 on your Friday morning. We have made it to the end of the week. We thank you so much for joining us. I'm Meredith Barrick.
And I'm Lauren Casey, and we want to bring in our own Alyssa Donovan to talk about probably the most important thing as you're heading into the weekend, and that's the forecast.
Yes, and we have a really nice forecast today. A few hit and miss showers and storms tomorrow, so I know a lot of people have plans for their Saturday. I wouldn't cancel any of those, but just be aware. We do have the potential tomorrow, and then we have really nice Sunday on tap. So a little bit of everything in this forecast. Temperatures right now in the 50s and 40s across the area. It's 48 right now in Crawfordsville, 48 in Greencastle, 54 right now in Indianapolis. So a few cool spots on our map this morning. That's just because we haven't had any clouds to insulate us from that cold, dry air that moved in yesterday. And what's going on right now is we have a ridge of high pressure that is in place. So that's helping keeping us clear and sunny today and dry for the most part. But what's going to happen next is we do have a warm front just off to our north that's going to slide down. That will bring us just a little bit of cloud coverage for areas to the north as we head through the morning, but most of us are going to stay very sunny throughout the day. And then we do have that potential of showers and storms in the forecast this afternoon and into the evening, but you can see right now most of that is staying very far north, so we could just see a little bit of cloud coverage as we head into the evening hours as you're heading to those Friday night football games. But for the most part, it's going to be very nice today and throughout the evening for those. Temperatures starting in the 50s this morning. Again, mostly sunny skies today, 86 degrees for the high. I'll have details on your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic this morning. This is a live look at I-69 near State Road 109. You can see we do have some road work ongoing in those lanes, but everything's still traveling about up to speed. No major slowdowns here, but we'll continue to monitor this because obviously traffic has to move a little bit slower past this road work, so we'll be keeping you updated. But let's take a look right here in the downtown area, I-65 and I-70 here at the South Split. Traffic is moving along just fine this morning. We'll continue to keep a close eye on things and keep you updated. Time right now is 4:32. A woman says her apartment complex is being left in the dark, and that's creating some safety concerns and confusion.
She says out of 20 lights along her street, only a couple actually turn on. She didn't want her face shown for fear of retaliation from the company managing her apartment complex. She lives at Forest Ridge Apartments on the north side, and she says the street lights along Township Line Road have not worked in a long time. When she reached out to the apartment complex, they told her to call IPL. She did just that last winter and again earlier this year, but no one has ever shown up. Now, every phone call to either office sends her on a runaround.
If you got all these lights, what's the purpose? You know, they're just standing there, not working. The street is so dark, sometimes you wouldn't even think an apartment complex was back here.
It is still unclear who is responsible for these lights. We are still waiting to hear back from the apartment complex and IPL.
Police say one person is dead after a crash involving an SUV and motorcycle on the southeast side of Indianapolis. Officers found a man dead near Shelbyville Road and 5 Points Road just after 8 o'clock this evening. It appeared to be the driver of the motorcycle, and police think the SUV hit the motorcycle, but this investigation is still in its early stages.
An Indiana mom who admitted to injecting feces into her son's IV has been convicted of neglect and 6 counts of aggravated battery. 44-year-old Tiffany Alberts of Wolcott was found not guilty of attempted murder. Court documents say staff at Riley Hospital for Children contacted police in November of 2016 after her son developed several infections. The then 15-year-old was being treated for leukemia. Alberts told police she began injecting her son with the fecal matter to move him to a different hospital for better treatment. She is scheduled to be sentenced December 6th.
It is 4:34. Vice President Mike Pence will visit Community East Hospital today as he continues his visit here in Indianapolis. Pence will be given a tour of the Neurodiagnostic Institute and Advanced Treatment Center. Then he'll participate in a roundtable discussion with public health leaders. Yesterday, he spoke at McAllister Machinery, calling for support to the United States-Mexico-Canada Agreement, or USMCA. The deal would replace NAFTA as the country's top trade agreement with its nearest bordering countries.
It isn't that they live just next door, it's that they are a critical destination for what we grow and what we make. In fact, more than 2 million American manufacturing jobs actually depend on trade with Mexico and Canada, including 61,000 jobs right here in the Hoosier State. So Indiana's got a lot to gain from the USMCA.
The agreement needs to be ratified by Congress. Democrats have been in negotiations over it for months now, but the impeachment process is looking into President Trump may delay this. Vice President Mike Pence did not address the impeachment inquiry. We have the very latest on that investigation coming up in the next 10 minutes.
A southern Indiana elementary school caused controversy after a note was sent home to parents about banning their children from dating. The letter was given to 5th grade students at Riverside Elementary School in Jeffersonville. It said that teachers were implementing a zero dating policy because it leads to too many broken hearts, which carry over into the classroom. Students were given Tuesday and Wednesday to make sure that their relationships ended. The Greater Clark County School District said that there had never been a no dating policy and that it misrepresented the intentions of teachers who say they want kids to stay focused in school.
A local program is helping prevent crime in Indianapolis by putting young people back to work. BUILD, which stands for Believers United in Local Development, just received a part of a $2.3 million grant from the city. People ages 16 to 24 earn a weekly $200 stipend for rehabbing older and abandoned homes in the area like Martindale, Brightwood, Riverside, and Hawville. Daquan Lundy has been with this program since it started and worked his way up to head carpenter.
I feel like this program can help you stay out the streets because, like, you'll have something to do. Like, I feel like if you're going to do something wrong, you have nothing to do, you're trying to find a way to make some money. This will show you how to make some legit money and keep you off the streets because you got a skill now.
Well, leaders with Build say that the $45,000 from the crime prevention grant will allow the program to rehab even more houses, which provides more training opportunities.
NBA season tips off next month, but basketball fans are already showing off their passion. Last night, Pacers stars Miles Turner and T.J. Warren hosted auditions to fill the seats in their personal fan zones at Bankers Life Fieldhouse this season. Winners will be selected based on their creativity, energy, enthusiasm, and, of course, love for the blue and gold.
I mean, I don't mean to brag, but I think we get some of the best fan zones on the planet. Like, the energy we have here is amazing.
Well, the environment inside Bankers Life Fieldhouse is just awesome. It's incredible. And we love being part of it. We love being part of the block that sets the tone for the Indiana Pacers and the whole entire arena.
Oh, come on, you got to give that little cutie a seat in the fan zone. Comedian and Indianapolis native Mike Epps served as a surprise celebrity judge. Winners will receive tickets to Turner's Block or Warren's Warriors.
All right, a lot of spirit there. Well, coming up, new allegations after the release of the whistleblower report that triggered the impeachment proceedings. Coming up, why some are accusing the White House of a cover-up.
And food delivery company DoorDash has experienced a large data breach after the break. The information from millions of people that hackers were able to access. Alyssa.
And today we are back into the 80s. This is just the start of the warm-up. I'll tell you how warm we're going to get in the 7-day forecast, and I'll have your weekend forecast coming up.
Sponsored by Citizens Energy Group.
Welcome back to Good Morning Indiana, 441 on your Friday, and here's a live look at traffic on the east side. No problems here at I-70 and Sherman Drive. You can see traffic in this area is moving along up to speed, both eastbound and westbound. We will continue to keep a very close eye on your Friday morning commute and keep you updated.
President Trump lashing out after the release of the whistleblower report. The whistleblower claims the president was trying to solicit foreign interference in the upcoming presidential election. ABC's Inez de Lucatera with that complaint and the pushback from the president's closest confidants.
This morning, allegations of a cover-up at the White House revealed in the whistleblower complaint that sparked the impeachment inquiry.
If there were any doubt about the need for an impeachment proceeding, there's none now.
The whistleblower's complaint lays out concerns that President Trump was using the power of his office to solicit interference from a foreign country in the 2020 election when he asked the Ukrainian president to investigate his political rival Joe Biden. The whistleblower says senior White House officials had intervened to lock down all records of that phone call, especially the word-for-word transcript.
Is it okay for a president to pressure, any president, to pressure a foreign government for help to win an election?
It is unwarranted, it is unwelcome, it is bad for the nation to have outside interference, any foreign power.
On Thursday, lawmakers grilled the acting director of national intelligence, Joseph Maguire, who kept the whistleblower's complaint under wraps for weeks, going first to the White House instead of Congress. Maguire defended that decision, but he also defended the whistleblower.
Right, I think the whistleblower did the right thing.
President Trump taking a different stance behind closed doors. An audio recording obtained by the Los Angeles Times shows his growing frustration.
Basically, that person never saw the report, never saw the call.
Analysts say lawmakers will likely get to work trying to corroborate what is in that whistleblower complaint, even trying to subpoena White House officials if they have to do that. Inez de Lucatera, ABC News, Washington.
At 4:43, the Trump administration says it is reducing the number of refugees admitted into the country in the next fiscal year. Only 18,000 will be admitted. The current limit is 30,000. The State Department announced this change yesterday. This would be the lowest number ever allowed in the nation's history.
25,000 teachers in Chicago could walk off the job next month if they don't reach an agreement with the city. Last night, the teachers union announced that 94% voted yes to a strike. That could happen as early as October 7th. Union members have been working 87 days under an expired contract and are asking for better pay, benefits, and staffing. They meet next week to talk about what they are going to strike. The city says it offered teachers and support staff a 16% raise over 5 years.
A new study says there's a link between air pollution and psychiatric disorders in children. Researchers found when a pollutant known as PM2.5 was in the air, more children visited psychiatric emergency rooms. They also found that on the same day as pollution spikes, kids more frequently showed symptoms of schizophrenia. Suicidal thoughts, depression, and anxiety were also more common 1 or 2 days later. The chemical can come from dust, ash, or from burning fossil fuels. Dirty air has already been linked to mental health problems in adults, but this is the first time that children have been studied. Here at 4:45, want to change gears and toss things over to Alyssa for a check of our Friday forecast.
And we are in good shape this Friday. We're going to see those temperatures climbing into the 80s this afternoon. We do have a small chance of a shower or storm in the forecast tonight and then again tomorrow. Most of that activity, though, looks like it's going to be to the north of us. We can't rule out seeing some of it here in central Indiana, but that's what it looks like right now. 54 degrees right now in Indianapolis, 49 already in Kokomo, so we are dropping off a little bit yet this morning, and that's because we're seeing those clear skies in some of those areas, especially to the north. Bloomington at 53 degrees this morning. As we head through the afternoon, we are going to see a warm front impact us. So it's clear and dry right now, which is why we are seeing those temperatures continue to drop until we hit sunrise. We'll see that. And then we do have this warm front that is just off to our west right now. That's going to impact us later today. So high pressure is in control right now. So that's why we've had those clear skies and dry conditions. Next, that warm front is going to start to impact us. That's going to start by just bringing us a little bit more cloud coverage to the north. As you head out the door this morning, those temperatures will be in the 50s, so you might want a light jacket. And then we are going to see those climb into the mid-70s by the noon hour. We're going to see a southerly flow in place, so those gusty southerly winds mixed with those temperatures and that warm air that's over us with that high pressure and sunshine. We are going to see those temperatures climb very quickly today. We'll be into the mid-80s by the noon hour. And you can see just to the north of us on TrueCast, we do have that system that will bring us that potential of showers and storms. Looks like a lot of that activity right now is staying to the north of us. And then we do have just a small chance of it dipping down right around Lafayette. So just be aware of that. Can't rule out it making its way into Indianapolis late tonight, but it does look like most of that activity is going to be to the north of us. We are under a severe weather risk. That's for northwest Indiana as we head through the day today due to those storms moving through. A marginal risk. So the main threats with this system will be the potential of large hail and gusty winds as that moves through. Again, all of that is to the north of Indianapolis, but if you're heading that direction for the weekend, you might run into some of those conditions. Looking at the weekend, 86 on Saturday, those chances of showers and storms in the forecast, and then we do have the potential of a few showers early Sunday morning, 88 degrees for the high, partly sunny skies. Today, we are starting a little cool this morning in the 50s, climbing into the mid-80s this afternoon. It's going to feel a little bit more humid as we head into the afternoon as well, just because of that warm front passing through. And then we are staying in the 80s for the weekend, but look at that. By Monday and Tuesday, into the low 90s. So we are climbing back into that summer-like weather, and we're going to stay there until Wednesday before a cold front passes on Thursday. That will take us back to where we should be with those temperatures.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We're keeping a close eye on traffic. Those you're heading out the door early on this Friday. And here's a live look at some construction along I-69. This is our camera near State Road 109. You can see the flashing lights in the bottom of your screen. Crews working there. Traffic isn't too heavy, though, so it's still able to get by. We'll continue to monitor this and keep you updated. Take it slow and watch for workers out there, though, this morning. Let's take a look right now at our map. You can see as you're traveling northbound here, especially heading towards State Road 13, that area from about State Road 37, we do have a little bit of a slowdown for some road work, so keep that in mind for your morning commute. We also have the ramp still closed here until about 6 a.m. I-70 and Meridian Street in the downtown area. And then right now we have Washington Street closed between White River Parkway, West Drive, and West Street for a traffic hazard. Let's take a live look right now from our INDOT traffic camera up on the northwest side. I-65 near 38th Street. Traffic in this area is moving along just fine this morning. We'll continue to keep you updated.
If you order food through DoorDash, your information might have been compromised. The food delivery service announced yesterday that it suffered a data breach affecting nearly 5 million people. They say an unauthorized third party accessed user information back in May. The data included names, passwords, addresses, and phone numbers. In some cases, the hackers also accessed the last 4 digits of payment cards and bank account numbers. DoorDash says it will be notifying those who were affected and have taken immediate steps to improve security.
Well, take a look at this. A home that is more than 250 years old is being moved down the river to its new destination in Maryland. The Galloway Mansion began its move 50 miles in this journey to Queenstown on Wednesday. It was built in 1764 and was sold for $500,000. Crews pulled the home on a barge in order to move it. The new owner, who plans to restore it and give it to his parents as a retirement home. Crazy.
After winning the IndyCar Series, Joseph Newgarden celebrated right here in Indianapolis. It's still ahead how he marked his championship victory at the Speedway.
And there's a new push to protect your children from lead poisoning. All new at 5 o'clock, what local schools are doing to help keep them safe. The time right now is 4:50. We'll be right back.
On Good Morning Indiana. IndyCar season can't simply ride off into the sunset, namely if you're Joseph Newgarden, who won his 2nd championship last Sunday. To celebrate, he helped hoist a giant championship flag over the Indianapolis Motor Speedway yesterday. RTV6's Dave First caught up with him at the track.
All right, so it was #RiseAbove for Joseph Newgarden, the now 2-time NTT IndyCar Series champion. What does this rise above? What does this mean? Oh wait, the flag.
We just did it, Dave.
Yes.
You know, we rose the flag above the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We displayed it. You know, but it's been a great year. Yeah, the Rise Above hashtag's been great for us. It's been a great rally cry for our fans.
You were pretty consistent throughout the course of the season. A couple bumps in there. One of them being at Mid-Ohio when the last lap.
Yeah.
You were making a move. Maybe you didn't have to. At that point, did you think, man, I wonder if I just threw away the championship at all?
No, you know, I didn't think that. I was
pretty upset at it.
Yeah, I was disappointed in myself. It was obviously an ill-advised move, but I'm a racer. You know, that's my style. My natural instinct is to always go for it. It's a learning lesson for next year. Hey, don't do that in that situation. But that's what sports is. You make mistakes, and you try and make the least of everybody, and that's what hopefully rewards you with the championship. But that's what makes it fun. People want to see when you mess up. They want to see when you get it right. And you just got to try and do that better than the rest.
Maybe at the end, too, that's what makes this so special. I mean, you climbed out of the car at Laguna, and there were some tears. Your eyes are watering up.
They just did such a great job, this group all year long, and I didn't want us to throw it away at the end.
Do you have a sense why that was?
I think, wasn't it you on the radio interviewing me? And I cried up again.
You did.
Oh, man. It doesn't happen. I don't normally cry. I felt a little weird, but it felt good, I'll be honest with you. Ashley, my fiance, has always been weirded out by the fact that she's never seen me cry. And this was just a little too much. Like the pressure this year, and so when it was finally over, it was just that relief of, you know, we made it happen. This was the final event. It could have been taken right away from us. And I was just relieved that it wasn't, and that we secured it.
Well, maybe wedding day will be the other time.
I would hope so. I think Ashley might appreciate if I cried wedding day.
I was going to say, you kind of have to at this point.
Yeah, I'm going to have to muster it up, you know? No, it'll be easy. It's going to be a very special day, too. Probably the best day of my life. Yeah, Monterey last weekend, it was a pretty good one.
And plenty of time to enjoy the bracelets, too. #RiseAbove. Joseph Newgarden certainly did that.
All right, Dave, thank you so much. Back here, it is Friday, and we need to talk about your forecast.
Yes, and we are going to see a beautiful day today. Those temperatures are climbing into the 80s this afternoon. A little bit more humidity in the forecast as well. Some chances of showers and storms, mainly to the north this afternoon and evening. Can't rule out seeing maybe some of those drop into central Indiana, but for the most part, I think we're going to be in the clear as we head into Friday night football. Spot storms possible for your Saturday, and then on Sunday, partly sunny skies. Look at those temperatures, though. We are climbing into the 80s this weekend. Then we will be into the 90s. Monday and Tuesday is going to feel a lot more like summer than fall, dropping back into the 70s by Thursday.